So hello, it's Matt from Christopher Shaw. I'm here again with my colleague James Tiller. And Happy New Year, first of all. Obviously, another peculiar and frustrating start to the year. So we thought we'd bring this video to quickly maybe ease some of your concerns. The letting industry again has been given permission to continue operating. So here we are. So the first thing you probably notice is that's not James's new office. What it is
in my bedroom.
back in his bedroom, and I am in the office in Bournemouth Town Centre. So firstly, we are remaining open, but as a precaution, we're basically rotating a member of staff in every day just to minimise contact and risk. So you will have a different person in the office every day. That's been rotated in all the way through to the end of February. And that's primarily for key releases, James. Obviously, that's the one key area where it's very difficult to run from home. So it just means we're here if keys need to go out and contractors need to pick up inventory clerks, etc.
Yeah, it's just another point. I mean, look, we're fortunate in that we can pick up our phones and move our work phones to home. So, from that point of view, phone service is absolutely as it would be normally. Every member of staff has got their desk phone at home. So if you called up our number, you would speak to us as you would do in the office. So that's something which is been in place since before the last lockdown, and is something which obviously will take place again now. But yeah, I mean, as Matt said, the office is open. We are still open for people to come in and inquire about properties. Not that that's been something we've had a lot of in terms of in this week in terms of walk-ins. I think demand has still been pretty high on the phone and by email. We've not seen that drop. Obviously word gets out that the market's still open and people are going to inquire, and if a lot of people may be locked down or not working at the moment, then it might encourage them to spend a bit of time on Rightmove and Zoopla and inquire about properties. But this week's actually been pretty productive so far. Several lets have been agreed through videos alone. So and we're pipelining not only for this month but also for the weeks and months ahead. February, we've already got people booked in for February to start tenancy. So there's no signs at all at the moment that the market is slowing up. We saw before Christmas it was really busy, lots of people looking to secure properties, and then just coming back now, it doesn't seem that has wilted, even though we're in this now lockdown situation.
I think certain properties and certain price points are still very, very active, in particular kind of the lower end of the market. Sub £800 seems very, very busy, but I think we've just got to be flexible to maybe marketing prices if things aren't going, because obviously we know it's better to have someone in your property than it's sat empty. So myself and Lauren will probably advise if things are sticking around, but so far it seems like everything is moving. Certain types of properties are harder, obviously HMOs and things like that, where there's other people living in the property already, people are maybe a bit more nervous about, but generally 1 beds, 2 beds, seem to be very, very busy. We put a house on yesterday, James, it went within 5 hours. So yeah, very busy and still quite positive in that respect.
Yeah, and the important thing is to say that we are still able to do viewings. Taking into account that people may not be happy for people to enter their homes where tenancy is property tenanted. Sorry. If a property is vacant, there's no reason we can't go and do viewings there, and have done that this week. Obviously with full precautions taken, with full safety precautions taken. One of the reasons we've been allowed to stay open is the faith that the industry is operating safely, and has been since it reopened in May last year. So from masks, visors, gloves, all the rest of it, hand gel, wiping down as you leave and enter the properties, all that kind of stuff is all stuff we've been used to now for the last few months. So that is one of the reasons why we've been allowed to stay open, and we just have to make sure that people are respectful of that, and if they don't meet those strict standards that we expect, then unfortunately they're not going to be able to view. So we had to take precaution, but at the same time we're very fortunate to be able to do these type of things, and like I say, making use of video has been particularly important this week. But that's just one of the aspects. One thing that we have seen that we are able to do, but probably has been restricted somewhat by suppliers or however, interim inspections have have sort of been suspended temporarily. Again, even though we are permitted to do it, obviously you need to gain mutual permission from the tenant to be able to access the property. Again, workarounds we've experienced with those, and we did this throughout the last lockdown and the last year, all sorts of times when people have not been comfortable with people coming into their homes, because obviously this virus has still been about, even though things were a lot different a few months ago, a few weeks ago even. This virus has still been about, and people have still been understandably nervous about necessarily letting people in their homes, particularly when they can't let their own family members in. So something we have done as a workaround on several occasions is ask the tenants to do a video for us, for the tenants to walk us around so that we can see the condition of a property. So that again is something which we're working with tenants on. If they are due an inspection, when inspections required, then we can ask for that as an alternative to a physical inspection, if that is required. But
Yeah, it's not going to pick up on everything that you would expect a normal inspection to have, but it will give you a feel that the property is being looked after and general care is there.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, really, it is very much a case of, although we're at home in the office, we're covering as many bases as we can do, to keep things ticking as normal. If things continue the way they are, I would expect the market to be pretty buoyant. However, things could change very quickly. The government could decide that they no longer want the industry open and shut it down very quickly. So we have to be careful and mindful of that, but at the same time, be very, very, very fortunate that we're still able to carry out the tasks that our customers and our clients expect.
Exactly. So, quick message to everyone obviously is stay safe. We'll hopefully be here to just take this stress away from you or to minimize any potential issues. We're quite experienced in working through this now, and it's our third lockdown, and the second one in which we're open for business. So, we're again quite resilient, and the staff are well versed in all of this now. So hopefully our goal is to be as normal as possible, and to let as many properties as normal and to deal with maintenance as much as normal. Obviously, the difficulties come in when people have to self-isolate, or have to go for tests and things, not just us, but contractors, and things. But there's plenty of alternatives out there if we need to get jobs done. Been quite busy on the maintenance side still, James, but as expected, considering we're in a cold snap. A lot of boilers.
Yeah, I think that's to be expected. Also, coming in off of Christmas, where people might have waited to report matters, that kind of stuff. So we are still seeing that all being reported as normal. Again, we've got our safety procedures in place for that. And really, I think, from as we said, we're trying to operate as normally as possible, given the restrictions that we're in at the moment, and just to keep things moving, really.
I guess one of the key things there's a pun here. One of the key things to say is key collections. If you are looking to borrow a set of keys or use one of your contractors for a set of keys, we do now have 2 key safes, which are installed outside of our office, which are on combination codes. So we are able to leave keys there so they can be collected at any time. So if you do need a set of keys for your property and it's outside of our working hours, obviously we're not here quite full time in the office. So if it's late afternoon, early evening, then we can leave them in the safe for you and let you know the code so your contractor can go and collect them at any time. Or we can put them in there the night before for early collection the next morning.
Absolutely. Well, in the meantime, everybody, please stay safe, look after yourselves, and we will be in touch very soon. Thank you.
Okay, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.